systems, a lot of the systems we're talking about aren't really all that complex or difficult to make. You just need to have the parts and the place and the space. So nothing really groundbreaking. This is going to sound awful, but nothing really groundbreaking is happening in the war. It's just happening at scale that's like's never happened before. I feel sorry for those people that are lured from Africa and other nations, but very sadly, that's money, isn't it? And money will win people over all day long.
Okay.
Did you not like that? That might be maybe not what you wanted.
No, definitely. Well, we have what we have. Okay, so back to Ukrainian production. I was reading that Ukrainian engineers say it's not about the price per drone, but also the cost per mission. That their Ukrainian drones can fly 5 times more missions than DJI. Okay, maybe super optimistic. Does that sound realistic? And for you, and I probably know the answer.
Well, let's see. I don't think they're comparing apples for apples there. What you might be doing with the DJI style drone is very different to what they might be selling, which might be a fixed wing aeroplane type platform that, straight out the box probably does go 5 times further or do more things. But I think what we've got to remember is 90% of the production of drones in Ukraine goes one way once. And so it almost, not to be flippant, but it almost doesn't matter how many missions it does. It's doing one, but it's got to do that well.
How do you assess the Ukrainian latest operations hitting Russian energy infrastructure using drones? Do you think we're capable to do more and more effective?
Yes. For sure. Look, I think one must separate the drone part really from the really clever part. The drone part it's just a machine. It's a machine that somebody with the right equipment can make anywhere. It's not the drone is not the thing. The great thing that Ukraine has are the tactics, the intelligence, and the teams of people putting it together. So that I don't mean to discredit the drone manufacturers terribly. Yes, they make a great machine, but it's more than that. You need those commanders on the ground. You need the intelligence from where they're going. You need all those puzzle pieces to line up, and you need the weather to work. You need all sorts of things to line up for it to be successful. And I think that is probably Ukraine's greatest asset at the moment, is its military planners.
This December, Brave One components will showcase Ukrainian-made parts for defense technologies. Can this kind of local component market make Ukraine a serious global player, or are we already a serious global player?
You're already, you are, and the West is queuing up to come and have a look and see what you do and be part of it. And a lot of companies like Q-Pilot in Australia are very invested in helping, and there's German companies who are very invested in helping Ukraine, and they're not in it. There are some that believe they can help Ukraine, and they've got a wonderful wizard products and amazing. Just look how amazing they are, but they're rubbish. They're no good at all. But the quieter ones, there are many groups of quieter individuals that are genuinely helping and genuinely doing their best, and not for profit. So Ukraine has to be very, very careful watching what the West is trying to send to you. But again, once you've won, the knowledge and experience you have, nobody in Europe and the West can beat it. You'll be well ahead of the game.
Gary, if you would have a chance to, I don't know, to write a thesis or a book about a modern warfare regarding Ukraine, what 3 lessons you would put in that book that the world should know about this war, and also regarding drones as well?
Okay, it's going to be something that would be easy for me to write here. I sat in my home with no threat to me or my family. So it'd be very flippant for me even to think I could have an opinion. But I think he says straight away. But what Ukraine has is it plainly has very, very clever engineers. And so you're going to need those. So education is a good idea, but you're going to need clever engineers. You're going to need people that can adapt and change fast their plans, that can combine intelligence. You said 3 things, didn't you? Let's try and distill it to 3 things. You need engineers, you need manufacturing, and you need vision. That's my three things.
Cool. Thank you for that. And, there is also still a talking regarding DJI data risks and tracking. Are those drones still dangerous to use even after being modified or somehow hacked by military?
I think so. I think it would be better just to say they're a risk. Even if they're not, even if people have managed to do it, it's better to say they're a risk. If you're using it once off to do something in the battlefield and it's going one way, then perhaps you can take the risk. But again, I'm not actually qualified to say that. I've not done it. There are people there. There are people there that know what the risks are, and I wouldn't like to ask them because I wouldn't want to compromise them.
And also, more often, I read the international articles about ground robots and drones that are already delivering ammo, water, even rescuing wounded soldiers on the front line. How advanced are these systems today? Are they truly autonomous, as the usually journalists describing that, or not?
No, they're not autonomous. You'd probably, again, like I'm not there, I don't know, but I can imagine there'll be a flying drone stood back a little bit, watching what's going on, and perhaps a camera on board the platform, and then the platform going and doing whatever it needs to do. Now, I think actually, again, I'll say it again, once you've won, I think there's far more mileage in ground robots and all that side of things than the actual flying stuff, because the flying stuff all around the world is subject to regulations and that are hoops to jump through. I've no doubt the Ukrainians can make things that will be perfectly acceptable all around the world, but the end user's still going to jump through the hoops. Ground-based stuff in agriculture, and you have a very good company over there, and the name of the CEO's gone from my head, and he was getting into ground-based and flying agriculture before this started, and when it's over, the peacetime reward is going to be having that technology there. I think there's great mileage in the ground-based stuff.